Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird. Miles Red Bird Song in New York City. We're looking at Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, God, and they're looking at his sister, the daughter of light, representation of the daughter of light, Eve, Mary. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to share my hopes with you. I hope the right words will come my way when I want to express songs of tenderness. I realized these words came to my mind today. I hope the right words won't come my way. And it's a Motown song by Marvin Gaye, right? And I said to myself, I'm singing that. I'm singing, and I sang as a child. The right words won't come my way. I'm programming my brain to think that the right words won't come my way, to not bring me the right words. That's a very negative, dangerous song. So that's why I reversed it, and I made the hope that the right words will come my way when I want to express songs of tenderness, because I'm a songwriter. I hope to be appreciated. I feel taken for granted and unappreciated, so that's why I said I made it positive. I hope to be appreciated. I hope the supreme sun in the sky is left alone on his throne as he prefers, though appreciated. I hope that the sun is appreciated, but not looked at, not bothered, not stared at, because you'll become blind anyway if you do that. But I do want him to be appreciated. He is the creator. He does give us light and life and energy and creativity. I hope we can transfer our love for our Father, that's the Son, to his son and daughter on earth. That's Govinda Singh is his son, and Miles Red Songbird is his daughter. And he wants them to inherit his legacy, love. Okay? So that's what I'm hoping happens. I hope Duane Reade and Starbucks in Chelsea reclaim their space. This is what I'm talking about. This is Duane Reade and Chelsea. Reclaim their space from the mostly Asian invasion of the Einstein mind around lunchtime. Now blacks and whites are copying the Asians' bad behavior. You can see this is a store, and these young Asians mostly, are standing around having bought food at Subway and other places, and they're standing around in Duane Reade, taking up Duane Reade. There's a business taking up this business's space. The customers can't get to the products. And, isn't that against the law? I mean, what about Food and Drug Administration? They're allowing these people to have their own individual restaurants within Duane Reade. It's outrageous. And they do the same thing across the street at Starbucks. The paying customers can't even get to the chairs to sit down. And I talked to somebody in Starbucks about it, and she said, we can't say anything to any customer. Ever since that black guy was loitering in Starbucks, and they said, you have to buy something. You can't just sit here. We have rent to pay, They didn't say all that, did they? But anyway, it was a big stick. Racism. They're going to put Starbucks out of business and call it racism. It seems to me the loiterers are inconsiderate lawbreakers. Okay, so that was on my mind. That's like they said, it's on occupying Einstein's mind. Yeah, I saw that and I became enraged. How dare they do this? Okay, and this is food we had at Friday, vegetarian group. Usually this would look disgusting, but since I know it's all clean, moral food is sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds and raisins, tomatoes, and what else? Things like that. I forgot now. Peppers. It was, and she put olive oil in it, and some other. I don't know if she used honey or what it was, but oh, it was amazing. It was so good. I had 2 bowls full. Okay, so let's get started on the other things I wrote about. Anger is a passion. The passion of Christ was a love. I heard a story by a Broadway producer. He said when he was a young boy, he and his mother were brought to a concentration camp. His mother saw the Nazis coming, and she slapped his face really hard again and again and again. And that was to keep awake in him a passion for living, because he could wither away in a concentration camp and lose his will to live. But if he was so puzzled, why did she do that? Oh my God, that hurt. Oh, I didn't deserve it. You see, so he's got a whole thing to think about there that's going to keep him living. That's why she did it, to put some passion in him. And he did live until the war ended, and then he became a Broadway producer. So his mother saved his life, slapping him around like that. But I know it's not a good idea. I have learned. I didn't know because I was beat as a kid. But it's not a good idea to hit your children. It's not. But that was in a concentration. That was an extreme case. Nazis. Is that ter? Oh, inter. Yeah, inter. A to Z. I sex. Sympathy. Okay, inter. A to Z. I sex. Sympathy. A Zion. I sex. Sympathy. They're saying that the Zionists take pleasure in the sympathy they get when they bring up the Holocaust for the Jews. Sympathy for the Jews. Sympathy for the devil. Because the Jews need to be giving sympathy to Mary and Jesus Christ, who they crucified, and they need to be giving sympathy, the Jews need to be giving sympathy to the world because they robbed the world of their Savior, who could have infused a passion for love into the world. Instead, we got a passion for banksters and money grubbers and diamond merchants, creating a market for diamonds by hoarding them, and all this Jew business that the Jews do. And they have no remorse. They're antichrist. They have no remorse for what they did to Jesus Christ. Neither does Pontius Pilate, neither does Herod, because they've never had to pay the price. They've never had to be accused of what they did. Christians defend the Jews, and the Christians are the ones who are suffering. How crazy is that? They're beheading Christians all over the world because Christians have a philosophy of turn the other cheek. But that was in the 1st century. Now turn the other cheek is getting them killed in droves. Instead of the Jews who killed Christ. The Jews need to die. I'm not saying we should have another Holocaust, but I'm just saying the sympathy goes to the Christians. They lost their Savior. But it was a Jews' Savior too. But the Jews didn't want him as a Savior. So the Christians created a religion where they wanted him. They are non-Jews, the Gentiles they call them, the gentle people. A lion is Baba G. the Lion King. Baba Ji is Gurinder Singh. Singh means lion. This is Gurinder Singh. God, Jesus Christ, is the Lion King, you see? Okay, Pythagoras, this is Pythagoras, his name is Peter, and he lives here at St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 in Chelsea, and Jackie is cutting his hair. She comes here as a volunteer every 3 months to cut the hair of the people for cheap, $10. In her salon in Jersey, she charges $60. Father Tom, who founded this place, is her cousin. So they come from a family of do-gooders. A do-gooder is a person who does good. That's a good person. Some people try to mock them. That's stupid. Why would you mock somebody doing good? So she's a volunteer here. She cut my hair too. She's wonderful. But anyway, Pythagoras, this is Peter. I'm going to tell you a story about him. Pythagoras looked me, Mary, in the eye. Let me put the picture here as I talk about it. Okay. In the eye. What's her name? Shatima was telling me that Pythagoras brought the number 9 into existence, and it doesn't add any value. It's an empty number. Whatever you add to it always amounts to the same value. It doesn't add any value. Okay, Pythagoras looked me, Mary, in the eye and said, 5 baboons can take down a lion. I hadn't said anything about lions or anything, you know. He just said that. Because he knows that I know the truth, even though they act like, the people here act like, I don't know the truth. They don't tell me I'm lying, they just ignore me instead of appropriate reactions, I have astounding discoveries that I share, and they act like I didn't say anything important at all. Okay, so Pythagoras looked me, Mary, in the eye and said, 5 baboons can take down a lion. I continued to meet his stare, his glare. I realized, he is threatening me. He looked away, decoded. Will Miles Red ordered monkey look away. This is a new day. I'm a girl and you're a boy, an old man feeling threatened from another day and time. Yeah, because I'm telling them that the Bible, that Jesus Christ is on the earth now, the 21st century. He didn't die and disappear all these years. And they don't want to hear it. They love Jesus Christ so much, right? And then you say, well, he's here. You can love him in person. He's going to be in North Carolina. You don't have to worry. This happened to me when I was in the Journey Church group in San Francisco. And the guitar player said, listen, we don't want to hear this. We're all at different levels, which I had said that earlier. So these people, they don't want to worship Jesus in the flesh. They want to worship some idea, some concept, some religion. They're in a simulation thing, a programmed thing. They're not alive. That they hear me when I say he's here. He's returned. Don't you know about reincarnation? 1 billion people on the earth know about reincarnation. He reincarnated many times, and I got a picture of him. This is Jesus Christ in the first century, and Jesus Christ in the 20th century, Charan Singh. And this is Jesus Christ in the form in the 21st century, Gurinder Singh. Now, what's so hard about that? Don't you want to see your love? I said you love him so much. I sure want to see him anytime I can see him, and he's in my ear. 24/7, 365 days, because he's my husband. I'm Mary, and he's Jesus. We're married. He married me again last April in North Carolina. And he gave me a baby, impregnated me. Okay, this is what I know. This is a new topic. This is what I know about equivalency. The body is a house. The stomach is a table. The ears, nose holes, mouths, upper, lower, vagina, the mouth for the spouse's pipe, the anus, the butthole's too tight for a pipe. Okay, you got that? I'm going to read that again. The body is a house. The stomach is a table. The ears, nose holes, mouths, upper, lower, vagina, the mouth for the spouse's pipe. The anus, the butthole's too tight for a pipe. Okay? Oh, Baba G. Govinda Singh says, everywhere I go, you follow me and uncover my intelligence in design. Intelligent design, okay? I may as well tell you, your spine is your mind, Einstein. The blind cannot follow logic of God's mind. Granted, the word granted, because my daughter wrote me a text on WhatsApp. She said, I promise to do everything I can not to take you for granted. So I took the word granted and decoded it. It says, G, God Govinda granted, A-N, and, that's me, an angel. Truce, T for truce. For E-D for Edwin, that's my first husband, Robin's dad, who just transitioned from his body. The noose has been loose. He's free to go to Robin's womb within. Okay, let me read it again. Granted. God, Govinda, granted an truce for Edwin. The noose has been loose. He's free to go to Robin's womb within. You see, because he's been in limbo. He couldn't move to get qualified to go to Robin's womb as her new son, so he can return to the physical and not have to go down and become a dog or something in the animal kingdom. Because he owed me, Robin's mother, because he took what I did for him, which was help establish him in the music industry. And he took all the profits and all the credit and all the glory and left me destitute. So that he was being denied entrance into a physical as a human being again. But now, I asked Govinda Singh to let him become a human being. And I looked at some of the things he's done good. And so he's got a neutral call now. It's not Wade all bad. He's not all bad. So he can become a human being again. Okay, Eve. And as Dean Martin, this is a new topic. As Dean Martin, you singing, because Govinda Singh was Dean Martin, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Wham! What an idea to picture yourself playing among the stars. I loved it. I was a little girl. Often, I ran, look at that, I ran like a country. I ran outside at night and looked up at the night sky and wished. I said, starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might get the wish I wish tonight. Myself, Venus, the evening star. You see, Eve, Eve, in us, U.S. You see us. Adam and Eve is us. Okay, when you see us, they're referring to Adam and Eve. Okay, in the language. The eyes are the ocean of delight. Tender and loving like you. This is, you'll never find a love as love than mine. This kiss is. That's a song that Michael Bublé and Laura Pussy, it sounds like he's singing. She's an Italian superstar. I see a musical about Motown. And this, also the point of this is that someone said that the food is talking. Let's see. So when it says tender, that's meat, right? Meat. You fry the chicken tender, or try the steak tender, the cow butt tender, and then they eat it. And they love it. Oh, I love this steak. You see, that's the food talking. And then here's a new topic. I see a musical about Motown artists, The Temptations, has opened on Broadway. It's called Ain't Too Proud. I'm reminding of what the saint Charan Singh said. What have you got to be proud of? Isn't that something how he said that 50 years ago, but it fits what I'm writing about now. I'm telling you, this supernatural stuff is wonderful. It just really is exciting. It keeps life from being boring. And then the Motown have no soul. They have a beat, fancy clothes, wigs, gowns, no real sex appeal. Cindy Birdsong, who had some meat on her bones, had some sex appeal. What is sex appeal? Flesh tempting and teasing meat eaters to want to eat their meat. Like Rihanna and Beyonce pretend offering their cow booties to all. You know how they stick their butts out? You want to eat this? You know. I just think of shit when I see that, you know. But a lot of people think of steaks and me, because I don't eat dead animals. Since 1970, I've been a lactose vegetarian. Okay, so Adam, all decoded. A for Adam, L for Will, L for Will. Adam wills. Michael Bublé is Adam. He sings with Laura. Oh, this is what I was showing you about earlier. Sounds like pussy. You'll never find, if you look at that video, when he introduces her, you'll know what I'm talking about. Many years ago, I heard that, and I tweeted that, and another girl heard the same thing. You'll never find a love like mine. So tender. Oh my God, tender, juicy steaks. It's true. The food is talking. Soup's on, soup decoded. Soup is ordering in. Soup's on is a soup ordering in. See? They say the way to a man's heart is the table, the stomach. So, you want your man to value you, serve him some delicious food 3 times a day, or whenever he's home. Another reason nobody wants to French kiss people is because people put dead animals and, what's that word, slosh them around in their mouths, called chewing. the fat, yuck, throw up, upchuck, scream. That's what they're eating. The screams of fears of animals knowing the human death angels are near. The Saint Charan Singh said, nobody wants to die. Okay, so you're eating dead animal bodies with vibrations that do want to die, unhappy, angry, mad, wronged, all those feelings in their energy field. So Charan Singh is returning to the physical realm. He's waiting in my womb, for the right time to exit my room, and go down the dark tunnel and enter the physical through my front door, which is the hole, my vagina. It's the front door to the world. I once had a vision of being in my husband, Michael John Spears' body and trying to escape. I remember going all the way to the genitals chakra and finding, that's the energy field, is a chakra. I'm finding myself blocked there. There was no exit from his asshole. It's not big enough for a human. It's only big, like the vagina's big enough for a human. It's only big enough for a sliver or small balls of shit. Thank God for woman, a passageway to a new way of life, a good life, if the man made her his wife, for life everlasting. Edwin, my husband, my first husband, will one day be my grandson. The love goes on forever. Edwin said, he communicates with me. He said, thank you, Fato. He used to call me Fato. I was the luckiest man alive, he said, to have had you as a wife. What a fool I was to let go of you. I could have enjoyed all that ingenuity and genius and your creative approach, all the many ways you brought or inspired fun into the world. Me, I said this, we'll have fun together as grandmother and grandson. And he says, yeah, ain't that something? Paint that common. Smile Red Songbird in New York City. I told you a lot of fun things. I hope you don't take it as matter of fact, ho-hum things. I hope you see the worth and the value of what I've shared with you today and get excited about life. Truly excited. Not acting excited. Feeling excited. Okay. Talk to you later.